How you doing?
Hey! How you doing? Joe Walsh here on the Independent 88.5 FM. It's October 10th. October being the 10th month of the year, it is 10/10/2020. We got that going for us. On this day in history in 1967, the United States and the Soviet Union signed the Outer Space Treaty, limiting the use of the moon to peaceful purposes. We got that going for us. Although I think Putin would say, how you doing? Welcome to the show. We got a lot going for us. 2 hours of music plus some really good Ask Joe questions. And we'll get started and I'll be back. Turn off your television. Just turn off your television for the rest of the year and vote. And we'll be okay.
Just Ask Joe.
This next question is from Courtney Madrone from Seattle, Washington. Hey Joe, it's Courtney Madrone from Seattle writing you until you answer. I have a few questions for you. What era did rock and roll peak for you? Has it dwindled? And if so, can it be rekindled? If you could jump in a time machine and go back, what year would you choose? As a 22-year-old woman living in 2020, I just want to thank you kindly for always putting a smile on my face and making me laugh every Saturday. It really helps. All the best, Courtney.
Hey, Courtney, how you doing? Thanks for the question. Rock and roll, I'm going to say, started in 1954. I was 7 years old then, and I remember it. Elvis Presley's first record came out called That's All Right, and Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and the Comets came out. I'm going to say 1954 was the beginning of rock and roll as we know it. And it went for about 10 years. And then it kind of mutated. But the pure rock and roll was 54 to, I'd say, 63. I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's gone. Rock and roll is gone. Vinyl records are gone. That whole technology is gone. It's the digital age, baby. But we all still play it. Also, old timers, we all still play it. Always have, always will. Thanks for your question. Joe Walsh here. Last segment was half of the time by me. My musical answer to the riddle is the glass half full or half empty. I would say both. Woman, Woman by Away Without Leave Nation. AWOL Nation for short. It's a good band. Walking on the Moon by Police. Hey Sting, how you doing? And Slipping Away, Dave Edmunds. I was in Ringo's third all-star band with Dave. Amazing guitarist and a great musician. And I certainly do think it's time we heard some Jimi Hendrix. So we got Hendrix coming up. Joe Walsh here. I had no idea when I started this that it would turn into what it is now. I've done 20 shows. This is show 21. And the feedback and emails coming into the station, I humbly want to thank you for. The encouragement and the kind words really mean a lot. But I need a break. I'm going to go R&R for a couple weeks. I want to make you aware that there are 20 shows archived on the 885fm.org website that you can access anytime you want. And I would recommend you don't listen to all 20 shows at the same time. The other thing is that Saturday at 6 o'clock, as same as it ever was. My buddy, who you don't see and you don't know, but he's my producer and he assembles each show, Michelle Minachakanian, will be presenting the best of those 20 shows. Same as it ever was. And you won't even miss me. And I'll be back in a couple weeks, refreshed and regrouped and ready to go some more. And we'll get through this COVID stuff together. I just wanted to make you aware of that, okay? And onward and upward, we'll start hour 2.
Just ask Joe.
This next question is from Jake Minich, and he doesn't know where he's from. Hey Joe, how you doing? If you were stranded on an island and had to play a gig, what would be the essential gear to get you through a small set list? You're a really big inspiration to my musicianship. Thanks for the records and all the laughs, Jake.
Hey Jake, how you doing? Thanks for the question. If I was stranded on an island, I'm assuming without electricity, Vox makes a great little battery-powered guitar amp called a Mini 3 G2. It's an amazing little amplifier, and that's a tip for all you guitar players who are listening. I need a Fender Stratocaster, a Gibson Les Paul I could set up for a slide, a Martin acoustic guitar, and a delay pedal, and I'd be good to go. Play as long as you want. When we run out of coconuts, I'd be done. You just heard Lightning Strike by A Silent Film from Oxford, England. I looked them up on the internet. My God, they're kids. Fuego Boogie by Swim Deep. They're from Birmingham, England. Return to the Moon. I don't even know who did. How do you say this? Capital E-L, capital V-Y. Beautiful Wreck by Sean Mullins. So we're at the end of hour 2. Coming up, Shoegaze by Alabama Shake, Summertime Blues by Eddie Cochran, then a song I wrote about 25 years ago called The Friend Song, and I'm going to dedicate it to Eddie Van Halen. He and I were friends. That's all I'll say. Thank you, Eddie, for being in my life. I think the world thanks you for your music. Rest in peace. And we'll go out with Neil Young. And that's it for this week. Next week, I'll be on vacation. Saturday at 6 will be the best of 20 shows. We'll do that for a couple weeks, and I'll be back. And in the meantime, be cool, don't drool, stay well, vote, and don't forget to vote. If you turn off the television for the rest of the year and you vote, I promise we'll all be okay.